the thing is, like, that's not what is important. It's not important why you lost or why you win or
Yeah,
how you lose or how you win. What's important is concentrating on yourself, concentrating on
yeah,
what you can do better and how you can improve. So we will
yeah.
look at, wow, look at this idiot.
Someone has money
1400. Someone
in
has a lot of
Australia.
money.
See, that's Australian servers. They have some money. Those guys.
Okay, and that too in one case. So that's that's really beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful. All right. So yeah. So coming back to what your job is now, your job as a spirit breaker, is most offlaners, is mostly, disrupting the enemy's farm, making space. That's pretty much what you do. And looking at this lineup, there's a lot of space to be made because you've got a Medusa. You need to make space for her. You've got a
yeah.
whole team, and then the entire team is really actually fantastic. For that purpose. The only problem is you've actually got three offlaners in this team, no
Yeah, I
supports,
know.
and
No,
not
so
really.
that's why I ended up buying courier because no one
Mm,
bought the courier and
yeah.
everybody left. So I had
hmm
no choice but buy the courier for them.
This actually might be a pretty bad game to watch, in fact. So,
It's
uh,
gonna be very useless. We will find it very
yeah.
useless because, as I said, Medusa fed and left. So yeah,
Yeah, so let's just see what you do, what you start off with. Coaching in anything below 1.5 2K is really really hard because you are playing in a matchup, in a lineup where everybody's just bad. There's no
yeah.
easy way to put it.
But
Everybody's
but
bad.
that's correct. But if I'm a little bit better, I mean, unfortunately, little bit is not enough. If
No.
I'm better somewhat, I can maybe help. But unfortunately, on hero like Spirit Breaker,
Yeah.
even if I'm better, I will not be able to to win if their team is over farmed.
You hit the
And
nail on the head. That is exactly what the issue is, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Your hero pool, sort of the heroes that you've been picking, is because the heroes you're playing, your impact isn't gonna be that amazing, isn't gonna be that big. In your bracket, you need to get farm on every hero, whether it be carry, whether it be mid, whether it be support. Doesn't matter what hero you're playing. Every hero needs to get quite a high level of farm, right? And look at this lineup. Look at this bloody lineup, right? You looking at your okay. Look at your team, right? You've got 17,000 gold on this guy, the void. I think it's a jungling void that. Where
I
did
think
void
it's
go?
Void Vent.
Okay,
I
he's
think
he's in a safe
solo
lane. Yeah,
top,
yeah.
solo top.
Yeah, solo top. Yeah. So this guy is 17,000 gold, and then the next person is 10,000 gold, which is significantly different. Okay, these two people are very close by, and then this guy has got a significantly lower gold. So the gold spread is very huge, right? This is very similar to what higher level games are like. If you look at some of pro level games or much higher level games, you'll have like somebody one core really high up, a second core like slightly lower, and then this is going to be somewhat of a spread. But if you want to win 1K, this is what you need to have. Look at this: 18,000, almost the same; 16,000, almost the same; 16,000, almost the same; 15,000. And then there's one guy who's a support who's only half of that. Like it's still only half. It's not a fourth of it. You know. Let's look at any one of my games. Any one of my games, essentially. Um, you know. Uh, this is a lower level game. I want to look at a slightly higher level game. Uh, any ranked anytime soon? This is a good game to watch. Actually, this is really good. It's a tier 7 battle cup. So you've got a 20,000 person here, and then the support is 6,000, and this is exactly what you would expect. A 20,000 core, a 20,000 core, two cores 20,000, and then look at these two supports. Look at the two supports; they're
Yeah,
less than
so
half.
because of the farmer priority, but the scary
Exactly.
was able to take the farm you left for him, but that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen in one
No,
KMMR.
the thing is, even if it does happen, if it does happen, that team will lose. That team will lose. That's the problem. Because that person with, three times the net worth is gonna jump in and die to five people all by himself. Okay, and all
Yeah,
that gold is useless. So that's why you need that entire gold spread quite evenly amongst everybody, so that when everybody's just jumping in one after another, at least somebody is doing damage in the back. And it's a weird way to put it, but when we start looking at this game, at one point you will see that happening, and then you realize that you'll realize what I'm saying. Look at this bloody matchup right here. You've got two carries in the bloody lane. It's, it's two carries here, man.
Yeah, I know,
What
I
the
know,
fuck?
but that's not, not helping me because, I'm losing game after game because of
Yeah,
this stuff. So
because
that's
you're
so
picking a Spirit
frustrating. It's
Breaker.
unbelievable.
Yeah, because you're picking Spirit Breaker. Now, when you're picking Spirit Breaker, it's only useful if the enemy team has got that one carry who's got two times or three times the net worth. If the enemy team is relying on that one core. Right now the enemy team has got one carry Slark, two carry Juggernaut, three carry Sniper, four carry with Wraith King. Who are you gonna stop? You can't stop all four of them, you know. So your
Yeah,
lineup is built to lose because
yeah,
you have a hero who can stop one person, who can make a lot of space for another, who can stop one enemy and make a lot of space for your ally. But you've also got three allies, three or more or less three cores. So whereas it would make sense that okay, both teams have equal amounts of cores. That's not what I'm hinting at. What I'm saying is your impact is almost negligible. What you need is maybe a hero like um yeah, maybe a hero like Tidehunter or a Magnus. That was actually totally worth it for you. um, Magnus, Tidehunter, something like that, so that you can use one spell, completely stop the four carries of the enemies, and allow like 3 seconds for your allies, for your cores to dish out as much damage as they can, and that is impact. That is impact. But with your hero, you can't have impact. I would, I would, I would highly recommend you just absolutely change your hero pool for the offlane.
okay. So
You need to
who
put
do you recommend to play?
heroes who can flash farm and heroes who can carry, right?
So
Um,
give me a few, for example,
yeah,
to I mean,
Timbersaw, Timbersaw one, Void two,
I've tried Void. That was
yeah.
just, it's very hard. I mean, so you have
What is hard?
Chrono, nobody comes, and
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't.
not what you're trying to see. The way you play is also different. I think you are watching a lot of high level games and you're thinking, I need to do what these guys are doing, but that's not what you want to do. You don't care what your team is doing. That's the kind of heroes that you also want to play. You want to be alone. You are alone. You just have to realize you're alone, right? Um,
Yeah, and yeah, I
you,
realized. I say,
you,
so out
you,
of despair, I'm having this session right now because I'm alone.
exactly. So a hero who can do shit on his own is void. You chrono, you kill. End of story. You chrono again when you have it, and you kill again. You keep chrono and killing, and that's pretty much how you will win the game. You keep farming the whole time. You're a carry. You need to become a carry. You need to be the carry. You need to understand that you are the carry. The safe laner is not the carry. Who the hell is this? Yeah. Okay. So.
So okay, so Timber Soul,
Yeah.
Void,
Timbersaw, Void.
anyone else
Uh,
on
I,
your
I
mind?
I would say Axe is a pretty decent,
Also,
damn good one. Axe is pretty
I,
good.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I think I have like 40% win rate on X. I just
No
can't play him.
worries.
I don't
No
know.
worries. No worries. That's fine, man. That's fine. See, you have to figure out what sort of heroes you can play. Now, as I said, my highest recommendation to you is to play. Okay, so let me continue with the heroes, right?
Yes.
Doom, Legion Commander, very highly recommend, very very highly recommend Legion Commander. If you're great at last setting and you are at 100 CS at 10 minutes with a bot match, Magnus, a really really good hero, Magnus, because you will be really good at last setting and you can also go jungle, get lots of farm, really fantastic. All things really fantastic. Um, Let me see in these heroes. Yeah, Void, Lone Druid if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Mirana to a certain degree, although it does take quite a lot of skill to practice, really practice and skill to be doing Mirana. Razor, if you play Razor 5 times or 6 times, you will lose every single time. But after about the sixth time, you will suddenly realize, oh, that's how you do it, and then you will just be amazing at Razor in the offlane. Believe me, I've been destroyed by Razor in the offlane, in the safe lane. Sorry, by a Razor in the offlane. You get what I'm saying. I hope. Other heroes in the offlane. Yeah, I think I would think that is it. Yeah, that's it. So if you notice one thing that is common in all these heroes is that they all have potential to become carries with farm,
Yes.
with a little bit of farm. So that's what I need you to be doing. That's what I need you to get to. Because again, a hero like Spirit Breaker, you know, you right now you're making space. You are making space. You're engaging these cores. You're engaging these two heroes. You're preventing them from farming a little bit. But is it actually accomplishing a lot? Not really.
No, we ended up with fed up Svark
Yeah,
anyway, because he can flash farm and yeah.
yeah, uh, yeah. Oh yeah, a hero who can flash farm is really really important. They kind of wasted your salve there. So yeah. Whoa, 17% first hit. All right. I'm gonna skip a little bit. Not sure at what point I want to stop this replay. I think we'll watch for another
Yeah, I
2 or 3
think that this
minutes.
is you're not gonna find much because
No, I don't think
it's
so.
about to it's about to start ending very soon when
Yeah,
Medusa fed and left, and they just steamrolled us. So
yeah.
it's...
All right. One
Okay,
thing I
so
will say.
first of all, you're saying that I need a different hero. What do you think about on what is your opinion on roaming heroes in this bracket? So it's something that also you know I
It's the
think I
same. It's the exact same
enjoy, but
thing.
yeah, impact is mediocre, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. Like you're gonna have an impact, and you're gonna have an impact on one core, but there are four other cores or three other cores. What are you gonna do there? You're not gonna be able to do much. That's the unfortunate thing. Okay, fine. You roam around, you destroy the mid laner, or you roam. If you destroy the mid laner, nobody gives a shit because their support is actually a carry as well. So
Yeah.
or maybe you have 50% impact on one lane and 50% impact on another lane, which is a big deal. But there's four other lanes because there's a jungler and there's the support jungler and all sorts of weird shit is happening. So it's again in your bracket. I really don't think. I think you should stick with standard things. I think you should learn to sort of um, learn positioning, learn all the different heroes. Don't worry too much about trying to win every game. Don't try to worry too much about you know getting a win for every single game, getting a perfect matchup, getting the perfect hero for every single game. Just pick in the first phase, first pick. Doesn't matter. Just pick whatever you want. Just learn. This is the time to learn. You don't not really bother too much with winning. You're barely 1K, dude. You barely. I mean, you barely even got 1,000 hours in the game. This is. Oh, that's good. That's good. Uh, yeah. So don't need to be worried. Just relax and have fun. if
Yeah, I'm
if
trying, but I
yeah,
said when I'm playing
I'm trying.
1.7 game a day and I'm
Yeah,
losing like 4 days in a row,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah. It's tough.
extremely frustrating, right? Because
Hmm.
it's supposed to be fun. To
Yeah.
lose 8 times, to me, it's not fun.
No, it's
Listen,
not
I'm
fun.
not a kid, right? I'm 40
Yeah.
years old with 2 kids, right?
You're 40 years
So
old.
yeah, I'm 40 years old with two kids,
Nice.
and yeah, to me, as I said, I don't want to be like high MMR. I just
Yeah.
wanna
Okay. Let me
try win a little bit, right?
let me
So
give you
and
the best solution then. Let me give you the
yeah,
best solution. All right. Stop playing solo.
I don't have unfortunately any friends to play with me at all. So
Okay.
I started playing Dota when but I was fascinated by complexity of the game. I've seen it
Mhm.
somewhere on YouTube.
Mhm.
And out of complexity of the game, I decided to start playing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm completely alone, right? I have
Yeah.
the only friend I have in my Steam is you now. So
No way, dude.
because in my age, no one plays video games. To be completely honest, right? Everyone has kids. No one has time to that
Dude, I
for
have
that.
two kids. Okay.
No, so you okay, but you're trying to make it as a job or hobby slash job, right? To me, it's like my wife says, you're just wasting your fucking time, right? Or so you go do something useful, right? And I say, leave
uh,
me alone. That's my hobby. So, so it's completely,
holy
so
shit!
I'm just trying to win. I just I see people. I'm
Beautiful.
playing seasonal games,
Yeah,
and I played with people of 2400 MMR,
yeah,
2000 MMR, and
yeah,
I just see the shit they're doing, and I
yeah,
see my 1000 poor MMR, which is not raised over a year,
yeah,
and I know that I can be 1500 at least, and
yeah.
it's just
Okay,
I
okay,
can't
okay,
get there at all.
okay. So first off, every game that you play, you have to like there are good players, right? You sometimes you want to commend people, right? Sometimes you see people who are actually good, right?
Yeah, that's
Just add
happening.
them.
Yeah,
Just add them as friend. Literally, that's what I when there was no ranked MMR, right? That's what I used to do. That's what loads of people used to do. I still have like four or five people from like more than four or five people from those days where you would just add people to make teams, people who were good, people who were not just good as players but also personality wise not assholes. um,
yeah.
that's what you need to do if you're in an age group. It's the first time I'm actually going to say age group. It's usually skill group or skill bracket or something.
That's all
But
right. That's work.
if you're in an age group where people you don't have many friends, then this is how you add friends. Although also like just go on Reddit and make a Reddit thread, looking for casual players, same age group as well. You can actually say, from New Zealand or whatever, you know,
Hmm.
sort of
Yeah,
looking
I
for the
mean,
same thing.
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I never wanted. So if I make a goal to make
Yeah,
friends, I'll make friends, right? I never
yeah.
thought
It is
it's
important if you're trying to have fun,
important.
and this is what's keeping you. Like, it took me forever. It took me like 10 minutes to go through your profile to look for a decent game. I find this decent game, and this is also a shit game to watch. We're
Yeah,
not actually watching this. This is no point. There's no point watching this game. This is bullshit. um
yeah.
and
I
that
know.
is and the problem is because you've got a retarded team. Even if you get four or five people who are all 1K, at least you'll be able to coordinate your picks. Even if you're not coordinated in the game, at least you'll be able to coordinate in the picks, and at least even the wins and the losses are going to be a little bit enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't mind losing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I lose
Yeah.
and I say that was a fun game to lose
Yeah,
when
exactly.
we gave a fight, right?
What
When
time do you
we
play?
tried and pardon?
What time do you play normally?
I play usually in the evening. It's like New Zealand evening after work,
Usually.
after kids going to sleep, right?
So like 5 o'clock, right?
Oh,
Or,
it's
or or
actually,
rather 7, 8 o'clock.
I mean, so for me it will be like 9, 10 p.m., which is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
gonna
Mm-hmm.
be what is gonna be in GMT.
You are plus 8,
I think plus 9, GMT plus
plus
12.
9.
I think.
Oh wow, yeah, okay. That's quite far. That's like
Yeah, yeah.
opposite side of the world, really.
Yeah. That's why I can only. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
UTC
but
plus 12. Yeah.
yeah, so you can only play on the Australian and I guess the Chinese server, but you don't have to make Chinese friends. That's not what I want to intend. But yeah,
Yeah, that's correct.
it's you definitely whoever you playing with. Like let's say in this game, let's say somebody's like talking in a nice way, and somebody's just nice general person, or is just a good player. Just add him. Add
Yeah,
him,
okay.
and
Yeah,
it'll
I hear
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Sometimes people actually kind of offered me to be friends, and I never actually accepted any
Hmm.
requests.
You should do
Be,
that.
because I mean, it's some
Definitely.
sort of commitment, right? If someone
Yeah.
says, "Listen, let's go play," and if kid starts to cry, I need to abandon. It's never it happened a couple of times in those years, but if I abandon, I take it to myself, right? So I can risk low priority, but if I'm in team and in party, I will feel terrible. But
Yeah,
you see,
don't need to feel
that was
terrible. I've gone
yeah.
like 100 games down, and you haven't abandoned a single game, so don't need to worry. And believe me, people understand. Like people abandon all the time, and it's completely understandable. No worries at all. Okay, so yeah, I'm 100% sure, especially if you playing with those people regularly, nobody's gonna give a shit, man. Honestly, people understand. So,
Okay,
um,
yeah, I hear you. I'll
yeah,
I'll definitely start doing that. Yeah.
yeah. All right, man.
Sniper, hunting season is over.